Hello there everybody, Sabanai2 aka Nightmare, and welcome back to My Hero Academia. So, a few things that kind of happened last week. One, I guess it's kind of important. We learned what Aries' quirk is. She's basically able to rewind people, which perfectly explains, or I guess not really perfectly, but it properly explains how parts of her body, or specifically her blood or anything like that, was able to effectively remove slash destroy somebody's quirk. It just rewound them to the point where they did not have it. Which is interesting, and it also explained what happened to her, well, her actual family. We know that the mother ran out, apparently, and she accidentally erased her she rewound her father out of existence by accident. Which is sad. It is very, very sad. The battle with Overhaul itself was ridiculously, well, I guess ridiculous. We learned that he's able to deconstruct his own allies and reconstruct them into himself, and thus enabling him to even use their quirks, like he did with that one, hypnotism. I don't know. The one that makes you tell the truth. He was able to do that to try to pull off some more manipulative mental pain on Aerie. And inevitably, he also reconstructed himself with the big dude who could suck the life energy out of people. And ironically, because of, well, first off, Aerie's safe. Thank God she's safe. Although she seems to be sick, it's probably because she overstrained herself, reutilizing her quirk in a much more, I guess, sort of good way. I don't know, I feel like that was probably the first time that she's actively tried to use her quirk. Granted, it went a little bit out of control. So her body probably couldn't handle it. Oh, one more clarification that kind of brought up that just made me hate Overhaul even more. Whenever he said, let's reset during that little flashback, yeah, apparently he killed Aerie. Which makes me realize that he must have done that multiple times. Which brings me to my favorite moment, Shigereki's shining moment as to becoming a much more diabolical villain, as well as one of the most just desert punishments for Overhaul, who could have become, as a couple of comments pointed out, he could have become one of the best freaking doctors in the hero world. But no. He decided to be a whiny little bitch baby evil bastard who tortures kids. So, Shigareki, thank you for effectively killing his quirk in a very intriguing and effectively perfect way. I'm pretty sure you guys can tell that I really... Oh, this show intentionally set it up for you to despise Overhaul. And he just became the perfect stepping stone for Shigareki to become that much more of an actually developed and well done villain. Ooh, so good. I'm sorry. I just also compression got himself a new arm. Hooray! Got himself a robo arm. Hell yeah! Good job, dude. But before that, we got to see something utterly magical. Combining Aries' rewind quirk and Deku going 100%, destroying his body, but because of Aries' rewind, it was basically nullifying the damage being done to him. Granted, he's probably going to have some time to recover, sort of, but he was able to utilize 100%. Now, there was a bit of a clarification here that I do want to cover. Concerning that it wasn't necessarily 100%, but it was still relatively extremely powerful in comparison, because Deku is still training. He still hasn't fully reached his 100% capacity. So, for crying out loud, just seeing him. But I'm sorry, even if that's not, I realize he's got big shoes to fill. He's got to become much stronger than that. But just seeing him being able to use 100% in that state, so fucking good. I've already rewatched that a couple of times just because of how, oh, ugh. But yeah, it's basically just it's just 100% that he was able to muster. Like, I realize there's no way that he's stronger than All Might in that form, but by God, he's goddamn close. And the final thing that happened, Night Eye's death. I realized I shouldn't have gotten my hopes up whenever I saw how terrible that wound was. That he got First off, the fact that he was still able to stand and still able to move despite having a jagged spike through the center of his chest, or his gut. Gut, chest, whatever. That middle section of his body. Night Eye was durable. But arguably what really hurt, not only with him dying with a smile on his face, his reunion with All Might, but I can't even imagine what Mirio is probably going through right now. He lost his mentor, he lost his quirk, but more importantly, he lost his mentor. That's probably going to weigh heavily on him. It's upsetting, obviously. Now that the battle is over, though, well, this is obviously picking up where we last left off. I realized I should have gone for the 4th episode, but I was emotionally drained at that point, so there was no way I was going to do that. We're going to try to stick with the 3 episode per week thing, or at least try to. I make no promises on this. But I've relatively gotten over somewhat of Night Eye's death. My God, he's really become one of my favorite characters in this. This season's really ramped up the amount of deaths. Like, it's like shit's actually becoming much more dangerous. Oh, and a bit of a clarification. That sand hero is more than likely dead because he got compressed with Dobby's flames, so... Shit. Anyway, let's just get ourselves in here. Didn't realize Deku had himself a female voice. What do you know? Alright. First glance at ending theme, pretty nice. First glance opening theme, also pretty nice. Less intense. Actually much more smooth in its melody and transitions and all that stuff. Much more smooth, much more soft. Quite nice. So, how do I summarize today's episode? First off, Bakugo and Shoto are definitely getting ready for their provisional license exams. You know, redoing them, I guess. And Kami, Seiji, and Inasa are back, so good. I missed you, Inasa. I'm not entirely sure if this Kami is the real one. I think it might actually be the real one this time. I don't necessarily know here, but I think it might actually be the real Kami this time. Possibly. I don't know. Okay, unless Kami starts exhibiting some sort of yandere this is why I'm so confused now. I don't know the real Kami at this point. I don't know if that's the real her or if that's just Toga disguised as her again. Okay. So, everything seemingly sort of kind of calmed down. All the kids are back at the dorm. Mirio is relatively seemingly trying to do better. Not crying. He's trying to be strong, which that's good. He's doing his best to stay strong. So on top of the provisional license exams for those guys, it looks like there's interest. I'm hoping that there's going to be a conversation between All Might and Endeavor, because the way that scene was set up is like, hey, I want to talk to you. Oh. Can you do that later? I don't know. Aries still sick, and you know what? If the next few I don't know how many episodes we've got actually. I don't know how many episodes we've got left of this season, but I certainly would not mind a relatively calmer like few episodes, just having like Bakugo and Shoto, you know, trying to get their licenses. Um, it turns out that that big cloaked guy that was in Kirishima's flashback was actually one of the first people, or not one of the first, but one of the others that All for One had personally trained, or I guess in this regard, I'm guessing he manipulated. I'm not entirely sure. Like he could have pumped in a few quirks into this one guy, which is why he's Gigantomachia, essentially. I don't know. I'm hoping I can learn a little bit more about this Gigantomachia guy. I tend to just call him Titan, but no, wait, that name's. I don't know. I'm curious. Like, I wonder what his focus of the story is going to be. Ooh. I'm hoping that things stay calm at least a bit. I really hope so. Also, Kurogi got arrested, so cool. But he's got a warp quirk. How the hell are they going to keep him restrained? The question. I'm guessing binding his hands and his neck or something. That'd be. Ugh. That does not sound that does not sound like a fun time. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the next episode, so I will see you guys there. Hello there, everybody, and now we're on another episode of My Hero Academia. I believe we're on episode 79, I want to say. But yeah. Anyway, last episode we kind of got a little bit of everybody just kind of recovering. The boys and the girls have returned to the dorms, and we got to see Mirio, who seems to be taking things kind of well. He's taking them in stride. And we also opened up with the possibility that if Eri learns how to control her quirk, she might be able to rewind Mirio to kind of give him his quirk back. That's a possibility, but I'm not keeping my hopes up. Then again, this is My Hero Academia. It allows me to at least have some sense of hope, at least a little bit of it. Not all the time, but, you know, just some of the time. We got to see a new opening and a new ending theme, both of which just seemed very smooth, soft, and very, very, very good. I can't really say too much about it because I'm not wanting to analyze them too much because, well, you guys kind of know how I am with analyzing shit. Eri is still recovering. It seems like she's still suffering some sort of fever. And at the end of the episode, we got a little bit into Bakugo and Shoto getting ready to take their provisional license exam so that way they can get their licenses finally. However, we also got a moment where Endeavor confronted All Might. It was relatively brief, but it seems like he wants to talk with All Might. Which, admittedly, I don't know. I'm still holding out hope that there can be some development for Endeavor. Because, I don't know. I feel I as much as a despicable person he is, it doesn't change the fact that he is a hero. He has saved people. Granted, it's been usually for apparently selfish reasons because he wants to be the number one hero for obviously selfish reasons. But that doesn't change the fact that he still saved people and he still acted as a hero. So I want to believe that there is a chance that he might have some sort of development, whether it's good or bad. I legitimately just hope that. Is it too much for me to ask just for him to realize that he's a shit person for what he did to his family? Is that too much for me to ask? I don't know. I just really hope that he at least realizes, oh shit, I fucked up. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw myself into the video, so let's just jump right in. Alright, so the provisional license exam begins for the students of Bakugo, Kami, Inasa, and Todoroki. Well, I got a glimpse into Endeavor's head just a little bit with his conversation with All Might. It gives me a little bit of hope that there is going to be some actual development for him. Because I'm not I tend to be very forgiving, but if I see the potential for a character that's literally a scumbag, if there's the potential for them to grow or become a better person, I'm totally supportive of that. If there's the possibility, and I want to believe that there is a possibility with Endeavor. Getting a glimpse into his mindset about, I don't know, just him trying to be number one and not being able to reach it was interesting. And seeing how All Might responded to that was quite nice. It was very nice. On the random shit, though, the freaking students are fighting kids. Goody goody gumdrops on that. Oh god, next episode's gonna be fun. I get to watch a bunch of high schoolers beat up children. I'm not too happy about that. Okay. Gotta think about it. Gotta really calm down. But yeah. Well, here's hoping that it actually does not result in possible lawsuits, even if they're all having quirks. I'm actually okay. I'm really looking forward to seeing like these children duke it out, just because I want to see like the variety of quirks that they all have. I just hope that some of them kind of get explained, and I'm really wondering what this one freaking blonde Aoyama looking child is, what his deal is. Anyway, I guess we're going to be beating up children next episode, so I'm going to go jump in. See you guys there. Oh, goody, we're going to be able to beat up some children today. Hello there, everybody, and now we're on episode 80 of My Hero Academia. Last episode, we got a little bit of information. Well, not so much information, but we got a little bit of a deep dive. Not so much of a deep dive, but a glimpse into Endeavor's, how he's personally feeling, as well as just him interacting with All Might. And and it wasn't really hostile at all. It was just more or less like, it felt like Endeavor was opening up to All Might in some regard. And I like that. Because I want to believe that there is a chance for Endeavor to become a better hero. Like, a better person also. I want to believe that. Is that so much to ask? And now, elementary schoolers versus high schoolers. Suddenly I'm reminded of my kindergarten years. I don't want to remember. Anyway, it looks like they're gonna try. I think Seiji did put it relatively well, that they're kind of at an impasse for these kids in terms of how, if they win, if they lose, regardless, it's going to be negative. So I'm wondering how Bakugo and the others are going to be able to handle getting these kids off of their high horses without utterly shattering like their confidence in becoming better, to become actual heroes instead of being, kids. So let's throw ourselves into a battle of the ages, I guess. Okay, so first off, they finished up the they finished up the training with the kids, and they showed off a good combination of quirks to make a very beautiful spectacle that actually worked on the children. And first off, it was just fantastic. It was a very good combination of all of their quirks working together, and and also we got to see a moment with Bakugo actually showing some maturity here, and actually, oh my god, the fucking development! Same thing with Endeavor. We actually got to see a moment where I'm sorry, I know what image I'm going to be using for the goddamn thumbnail, but we got to see him just kind of, he's actually taking the steps to be a better person. Well, I guess a better hero in some regard, but he's stepping in the right direction. Thank fuck. Oh boy, okay. Doesn't forgive any of the shit that he's done. But my god, he's taken the steps to correct shit. Thank you. That is making me extremely happy. Eri is relatively somewhat better. She's conscious, she's eating. Her horn has shrunk, which I think that's my theory about that, is that she overused her quirk, and I'm guessing the horn dictates how powerful her rewind is going to end up being. So because it's all small, it's significantly weaker. That's what I'm thinking, at least. And in a startling surprise, we learned a little bit more about Aoyama. How his quirk is his body is incompatible with his quirk, that he constantly has to wear that. It's not so much a fashion choice, it's literally keeping him alive, where his power is just constantly leaking out of him. And seeing him bond with Izuku was actually really sweet, because he realized, yeah, you really are the same as me. Our quirks aren't compatible with each other, or with our bodies. Like, shit, I never would have thought of that. I think that's like the second time that Aoyama has had a chance to shine, and it's in a very positive way, which makes me really happy. I don't know, just him and Izuku being friends. I actually like this. I like this a lot. But damn, I had no idea about Aoyama being incompatible with his quirk. And I don't know. I mean, with that knowledge, I can only imagine how difficult it was for him growing up in the first place. If his power kept leaking, like, God, that's got to be terrible for his health. Actually, just having to constantly wear the belt to keep himself safe is relatively. That's really gotta suck. I don't know. This week was very positive vibes all around. I will say that it was. For crying out loud, we got so much development from so many people, and just that entire sequence of Bakugo, Todoroki, Inasa, and Kami versus the kids. That was all just utterly fantastic. But again, what really solidified this as a very good week were three aspects. Bakugo showing maturity in some regard, Endeavor opening up, and Aoyama relating to Izuku. That was all three of those really made this week feel so good and less stressful. My God, so much less stress in comparison to the past couple of weeks with the Saikai family. So that's a very positive feeling to just kind of end this week's shows on. So anyway, if you all like this, be sure to let me know. It was good vibes all around. Very good vibes all around. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will definitely see all of you guys. If there was something that I missed, please be sure to let me know, and I'll probably go back and go take a look at that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.